All right, we will call this meeting to order. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Dodge?
Here.
Commissioner Lieberman?
Here.
Commissioner Rice?
Here, let us stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we're very excited today. We have a recognition of Kevin Moore. So would you like to come up to the podium?
It's painless, Kevin.
And Kevin, we actually had a proclamation that we gave him earlier, and he brought it back. So I would like to, just to give everyone here a chance to know about Kevin's remarkable career and impact on this community. I'll just go over some of it. I won't read all of it. And then we'd love to hear from you a few comments and maybe get our picture taken with him. All right. So, as you know, it is with great pleasure that we proudly honor Mr. Kevin Moore on the occasion of his retirement from the Human Race Theater Company after 36 years. 36, that's incredible. And Mr. Moore was the first official employee of the Human Race Theater Company, and he led it for its entire 36-year history. Mr. Moore began serving as executive director of the Human Race Theater Company in 1986. It doesn't seem like that long ago. It goes by fast. And following Marcia Hanna's death in 2011, he became the producing artistic director. In 2018, he started serving as the artistic director, and he directed Human Race productions of The Mystery of Vermavep, The Goffs, I'm probably saying it wrong, of Magai, A Day in Hollywood, A Night in Ukraine, The Rocky Horror Show, and many, many more. Mr. Moore has served on the panels of the Ohio Arts Council, the Montgomery County Arts and Cultural District, the National Endowment of the Arts, and has served on the boards of the AIDS Resource Center of Ohio, Culture Works, the Downtown YMCA, and the Dayton Alliance for Musical Theater, where he co-chaired their Festival of New Musicals in 2007 and 2008. In 2003, Mr. Moore was inducted into the Dayton Theater Hall of Fame, and in 2010, Kevin, along with his artistic director, Marcia Hanna, received the Governor's Award for Arts Administration. Therefore, be it resolved, and we did this for the 30th day of June 2022, we are most honored to recognize, honor, and congratulate you for your absolutely outstanding service to the Human Race Theater and to the citizens of Montgomery County. If I could just talk today.
Okay. All right.
May you find much joy in your new life and opportunities that retirement will offer. And on behalf of us all, this is more than just words. You have really been an icon in this community in the arts aspect, and we know and we believe and share your belief that arts really adds to the vitality and the just health of our community, because we know that it has such a positive impact on all, and we have so much talent in the area, and you are certainly one of those talents. So we will be missed in your role, but we are so thrilled for you and all that you have done for us.
Thank you. Please accept my heartfelt thanks for honoring my 36 years. I was a founding member of the company. It's been my pleasure to be part of this organization and to take it from infancy to a nationally recognized professional theater that produces quality work. I'm thankful to Montgomery County Commissioners that have always supported our endeavors financially and in spirit, and that's what has helped us get to this point as a company. The citizens of Dayton have always responded to innovation, and I think that's what Human Race provided in its theater programming. Looking at the human experience and sharing that on stage with the people of this community, and they clearly have responded to that, we have loyal audience members, which we really, really feel very strongly about. I'm honored with this proclamation, but you're also honoring the thousands of artists, volunteers, staff, who am I leaving out, patrons that have been a part of this journey. 355 productions in our 35 seasons, and they've all been, I would like to say successful, but definitely meaningful. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. We're not leaving Dayton, we're staying here. We'll just do a little bit more traveling now. So thank you very, very much for this honor.
Thank you.
Outstanding.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
No, thank you. And, you're just a treasure here in our community. And, one of the things that we always talk about whenever we have companies that might be interested in coming here, and that is just trust us. We've got a wonderful arts community. And, I think we're always talking how great the human race is. And as I remember, I think, wasn't that the old Metropolitan shopping, that's what that,
That was the
all
Metropolitan
that area
Department Store.
there, that Metropolitan, yeah.
The theater is where women's coats used to be.
Okay, good. Anyway, thank you so much for all you've done, and I know we're gonna miss you, so don't leave us.
No.
For heaven's
But-
sake, stay in the community.
I will say the theater is in very good hands.
Good,
Good,
So,
good,
good, because we
Good.
love going there.
good.
thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
picture with them?
Sure.
Let's do a picture.
Picture, why
After
not?
36 years, why not?
Why
Why
not?
don't you come up here and
Okay,
we'll
you come
stand
up here.
behind or under the Montgomery County thing.
We'll scoot these over a little bit.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Right in the middle.
Great, thank you.
Awesome.
I learned my lesson.
Here, well,
You guys try to get out of it, but the last couple ones you've been in it.
He deliberately.
I know. Might look it over here.
They don't give me a choice. I don't get a choice at all.
That's good.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks again.
Very, very much.
Enjoy.
Really appreciate it. Wheel on your chair. Stop.
I guess this is mine. Okay, thank you. Okay.
All right, and now to follow that, the county engineer.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, Administrator, ladies and gentlemen. We have just one item today, Resolution 22-882, to authorize the closing of Catalpa Drive between Siebenthaler Avenue and Nottingham Road, lasting for approximately 90 days for a gas line replacement.
Move to approve.
The second, I was gonna ask, what do you have over there, but that makes sense. That makes sense.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
County Sheriff.
Thank you, Commissioners. Under the County Sheriff, we have Resolution 883, authorizing an agreement with Relias Learning LLC for Relias Corrections Training Software at a cost not to exceed $4,265.52 annually through May 31st, 2025. We have Resolution 884, submit a grant application to the U.S. Department of Justice for the FY22 Connect and Protect Law Enforcement Health Response Program in the amount of $800,000. And finally, Resolution 885, accept a grant from the Ohio Department of Public Safety, Ohio Drug Law Enforcement Fund Grant for the Regional Agency's Narcotic and Gun Enforcement Range Task Force in the amount of $48,135.52.
I move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
We always like when they get those grants.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they get a lot of them, so
I know.
Yes.
Sheriff does a great job of going after that.
Yep.
County Administrator.
Thank you, Commissioners. Under the County Administrator, on the Clerk's Office, we have approved the minutes of the meetings on May 26, 2022, Resolution 886, approval of bills, and Resolution 887, approval of travel expenses. Both of those lists are available in the Clerk's Office.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Administrative Services.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. We have a variety of resolutions for you today. The first is 888. This is the approval of personnel actions. This list is available in the clerk's office. 889 authorizes an agreement with Sinclair Community College for helping children to succeed after divorce meetings for the Domestic Relations Court in an amount not to exceed $9,680. 890 adopts revisions to the Montgomery County Business Expense and Travel Policy. 891 accepts a quitclaim deed from the city of Dayton for real property known as lot number 10548 and lot number 10547 in the city of Dayton and record the same. 892 authorizes the purchase from App Space Incorporated of an App Space subscription for info boards for the Environmental Services Department in an amount not to exceed $9,000. 893 authorizes the purchase from Murphy Tractor and Equipment of 2 John Deere 190 GW FT 4-wheeled excavators for the Environmental Services Department in an amount not to exceed $611,671.56. 894 amends the lease agreement with Town Centers Limited Partnership by amending Article 3 to include prevailing wage requirements. 895 authorizes a lease renewal addendum to the lease agreement with the Village of New Lebanon for the leasing of 17,074 square feet of office space for the Clerk of Courts at a rate of $10,700 per month through December 31st of 2022 with an option to renew. 896 amends the sublease agreement with Sinclair Community College for the subleasing of 1,735 square feet of office space at the Westtown Employment Opportunity Center by extending the term through June 30th, 2023, and increasing the rental rate to $7.32 per square foot. And that is all I have.
Michael or Tyler, on 895, how much longer do you think we'll be there? I know it depends on when Trotwood's done, but
Yeah.
Just
we're-
curious.
We'll probably take this, we're going to take this through December 31st of this year.
okay.
And then from then, we'll work on a month-to-month or 6 months. And then it's our hope that Trotwood will be done by then, and we'll be ready to move.
Okay.
We're also working on a project with New Lebanon to try to figure out some next steps for that
For
facility.
that building, yeah,
Yes.
'cause it's still in pretty good shape, yeah. Okay, I move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Environmental Services.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. We have 2 resolutions today. First is Resolution 897, amend the agreement with Strand Associates, Inc. for preparation of detailed construction plans and specifications for the erosion control Phase 2 project by adding $35,000 to the original amount for a revised total of $795,890 and extending the term through December 31st, 2024. Resolution 898, release the easement deed for sanitary sewer and water lines through property belonging to Washington Square Land Development, LLC, in connection with the Dorothy Lane Water Main Relocate Project and record the same.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
OMB.
Good afternoon. OMB has Resolution 899 to authorize the purchase from Dell Marketing LP for the renewal of Microsoft Dynamics 365 licenses in an amount not to exceed $633,656.40 through June 30th, 2023.
I move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Human Services.
Good afternoon. I have 2 items this afternoon under Job and Family Services. Resolution 900 will authorize an agreement with Caring for Kids Incorporated for substitute care services through March 31st of 2024. And 901 will amend the price agreement with Northwoods for on-base annual support, compass capture, and form support by amending the end-user license agreement and increasing the original amount by $2,016 for a revised total of $145,291 through February 28th of 2023. And I do actually also have a late item. Under Human Services Planning and Development, number 911, will accept a grant from the Ohio Department of Development for capital improvements to the Apple Street Shelter for Women and Families in the amount of $3,200,200.
Tom, could you elaborate on 911 for the Commissioner approves, please?
That's great.
Yes. You know, we have been working with St. Vincent, particularly in coming out of, well, actually in the pandemic and then coming out of the pandemic, on making sure that our homeless provider community is as sound and infrastructurally capable of handling our citizens as in as prepared a fashion as it can be. There were many modifications that were made to the Women and Children Family Shelter with CARES money a couple of years ago. There were some additional remodeling needs of the shelter that were not done with the CARES funds, and there was more money available through ARPA money directly from the Ohio Department of Development. And so we were able to access that money, and now St. Vincent has a Phase 2 approach they're putting in place. There's some restroom remodeling that needs to be done, outside sheltering improvements that need to be done, some other facilities upgrades inside of the building. So by going directly to the state and this money becoming available, it will help them be better prepared to look toward the future and how they're able to better care for those homeless families that are in our community.
Thank you, that's great news.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay, move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Business services.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Under Community and Economic Development, I have 3 resolutions for you. 0902 authorizes a delegation activities agreement with the Village of Verona for the Verona Main Street Reconstruction Project Phase 3 in an amount not to exceed $71,500 of CDBG funds through December 31st of this year. 0903 authorizes an economic development government equity agreement with the City of Centerville with Ardent Technologies Project in an amount not to exceed $20,000 or 8% of the total project cost, whichever is less. And 0904 rescind Resolution 220290 dated February 2nd of this year, which approved an economic development government equity agreement with the City of Union.
Remind me, which one was Ardent?
That's from the Fall Edge project.
Right, but what,
It is a computer software slash
Okay.
vendor that operates off of Main Street, Far Hills, and Centerville.
okay, I thought that was the one.
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. And then what happened with the one we're getting rid of? Yeah.
That was basically an accounting error. It was a percentage error in the original agreement
Okay.
that was located, so it's basically a rescind and replace is really what it comes down to.
So what
The-
we're going to do,
the-
Commissioners, is we're pulling this completely off. We're going to redo this the right way, the way it should have been done,
Okay,
and then we'll bring it back on.
okay.
And this is
Good.
one that you've probably seen for several weeks. We've been going back and forth with this to get the language right.
Okay,
Okay.
But we'll have it right now because we're doing it the right way.
good. And I just want to add on 902, I'm always happy to see Verona get something because does anybody even know that part of Verona is in Montgomery County?
I do.
I know we do, but
Yeah.
like Verona, people are like, where's that?
It's one of those two-sided.
It is,
corner-
and you know what? If you take the Wolf Creek bike path, it's at the end of that. That's how I learned about it 20-some years ago. It's like, oh, that's in Montgomery County. So I will move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, and under County Commissioners, we have Resolution 905, appoint Jill Bacaro, Alice Diebel, Amy Piner, and Jeff Carson to the Reentry Council through December 31st, 2024. Also, we have accept and approve annexations from Butler Township, Ohio to the City of Union, Ohio, utilizing the special procedure expedited Type 2 annexation in accordance with Section 709.023 of the Ohio Revised Code. Resolution 906, annexation of 1.207 acres, more or less. Resolution 907, annexation of 1.691 acres, more or less. Resolution 908, annexation of 2.816 acres, more or less. And Resolution 909, annexation of 4.617 acres, more or less.
Move to approve.
I'll second it, but I just wanted to say thank you to our new appointees on the Reentry Council, Amy and team. It's great to have some new, Jill Bacaro and Jeff, who is a returning citizen. It's just great to continue to have quality people join our Reentry Council. So thank you, Amy and team, and I will second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And now we have a hearing. That's Resolution 910, the Airway Road Bridge Replacement Project.
Yes, Commissioners, we
Thank
need to
you.
be sworn in. I think.
I really
Cedric McGee's our project manager. He'll be giving the presentation at the hearing, like he did at the viewing last week.
If I haven't told you before, I really like your new logo.
No, thank you.
I like it. It's really cool.
Mr. McGee, raise your right hand. Mr. Gruner, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth? Oh, Joe doing it too? And Mr. Dura as well. And anybody else who wishes to provide testimony for this hearing, if you'd raise your right hand now. Do you all swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Help you God.
I do.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Cedric McGee of the Montgomery County Engineer's Office, and I have been sworn. Thank you, Commissioners, County Engineer Administration Clerk, and everyone present today. I will be the project manager. Did I cut it off? I will be the project manager for the Airway Road Bridge Replacement, job 2020-16. And I will discuss the importance and necessity of this project concerning the health, safety, and welfare of the traveling public concerning this project. So this project, from an aerial view there, is the project site of Airway Road. In the red is the bridge location. Highlighted in blue are the roads. The bridge is located approximately 200 feet to the east of the Harshman Road and Airway Road traffic intersection. And it takes about 15 minutes from here to travel to the project site as West 3rd Street turns into Airway Road. So the scope of this project includes a complete structure replacement. We're going to replace an existing structurally deficient structure, match the existing roadway alignment with an improved road profile, upgrade the guardrail and safety grading, replace existing storm sewers, replace the bridge walk and bike lanes. This will also include improving existing storm sewer. New drainage outlet and catch basins will be installed. There will be underground utility relocations. We'll have the project constructed in 2 phases while maintaining traffic, in which the bridge will be constructed in 1 phase partially, and then the bridge will be the other half of the bridge will be constructed in phase 2. So the objective of this project is to replace the complete bridge. If you look at the bottom of the slab on the left side of the screen, there's severe crack and delamination. The posts are rusted and corroded. And if you look to the right of the screen, you can see the bottom of the slab has existing steel, exposed steel, lots of cracking. And so there's a lot of damage concerning the superstructure of this bridge. And then we have the substructure walls that are damaged as well. The interior walls were originally constructed in 1933.
Wow.
So that's 89 years ago.
That's crazy.
And there are several areas where there's severe deterioration of the abutment walls, with heavy cracking filled with efflorescence or calcium deposits. That's basically road salts seeping through the concrete over time. And so I talked about the superstructure, the slab deterioration, and then I talked about the substructure walls. There are 3 components to a bridge. There's the superstructure, which is the slab, the substructure wall, and now I'm going to address the foundation, the third component of a bridge. So looking on the left of the screen, we have the existing wall. The inspector is using his probe to probe soft, brittle areas of the foundation. You can see him shining his flashlight where the foundation is literally cracking, and you see areas of gravel there. He's able to probe his probe very deep, almost to the top of the rod. In the middle of the screen, the inspector again is probing on the foundation. The foundation is solid there, but it's still exposed nonetheless. And on the right, I think I mentioned a word last week called Gabian Walls. So if you look, the Gabian Wall is rocks encased in wire, so you can kind of see on the right of the screen there. And again, the inspector is probing underneath the Gabian Walls. The Gabian Walls are in pretty good shape, and they work pretty well when properly installed, but we're going to replace those as part of our new structure. So overall, the structure, with it being built in 1933, the interior, there was an add-on addition to the structure in 1953. But even after 69 years, the structure has exceeded its structure's useful life. Here in the pictures, we have properties that will be impacted by this project. There's Flying East Car Wash, Circle K store, you have Five Star Detail, and Papa John's Pizza. So there will be moderate impacts on on both properties of Flying East Car Wash and Circle K. There will be the drive there will be replaced. There will be utility relocation of gas line. I'll explain that in a little bit. But most of all, there will be pretty much access to site throughout the construction, as we'll have two-phase construction. Two-phase construction meaning part one of the structure will be built on the north side of Airway Road, and there will be access of traffic on the south side of the road with one lane each direction, eastbound and westbound. The signs will not be impacted during the entire construction process. And that goes the same for Papa John's and Five Star Detail. The structure will be built on the north side in phase one, and then the structure will be completed on the south side in phase two. In phase two, the traffic will be switched over to the north side of Airway Road with one lane going in each direction. We'll use temporary easements to do all the roadway improvements and channel improvements and constructing the bridge. But we also have utilities, so we'll need to use our utility easements to relocate the gas line. If you notice in the screen on the left, in the blue is highlighted the water line, in the green is the gas, and in the yellow is the gas line, and in the green is the sanitary line. The sanitary line will remain in place underneath the bridge. But as you can see, all three utilities are in very close proximity. So we want to correct this while we're replacing the bridge, so we're going to relocate the gas line at least 10 feet to the south or to the left of the water line. So that'll create room for all three utilities. And so each phase, in phase one, as the bridge is built on the north side, traffic will be maintained with two-lane traffic, one lane in each direction, for approximately 3 months. And during phase one, because the structure is built on the north side, the businesses on the south side will have access as normal conditions. In phase two, the structure will be built on the south side, on the same side as the businesses. And traffic will be maintained on the north side, whereas they're one lane in each direction, eastbound and westbound. And there'll be left turn access at the traffic signal light of Harshman Road and Airway Road. The difference between phase one and phase two is there will be temporary access for the business properties at the main airway entrance. Both phases will take approximately 3 months duration. So this is the plan sheet, right-of-way plan sheet, where we have temporary easements described. Shaded in red is the temporary easement for Five-Star Detail and Flying Ace Car Wash. We're using that to reconstruct a drive apron that's west of the bridge, and also complete the bridge attachments to the bridge, the channel work, and the Gabian Walls as discussed earlier. And the blue shaded property is the access to Five-Star and Detail and Papa John's Pizza. And we're using that to install the curve that wraps around that driveway and install the storm sewers that outlets into the creek, along with completing the walls attached to the bridge. So basically, roadway improvements are used for the temporary easements. And if you notice on the north side, which I didn't talk about, there's a green line highlighting a channel easement towards the Air Force Base. So between the green line and the red line, there's a great amount of access that we have to construct our roadway attachments to the bridge on the north side. So we have complete access on that side. Here, shaded in green are 3 utility easements, and this is to relocate the gas line that was in close proximity of the water line and the sanitary main. The sanitary main is going to remain in place, so it will remain undisturbed under the bridge. The water line will remain in place. The gas line will be relocated at least 10 feet to the east of the water line to create room for all 3 utilities. So we'll need utility easements for the properties along Airway Road. It's a very long gas relocation has to go deep underground, underneath the channel, and then come back up to meet on the other side, from the west side to the east side of the bridge. The good news about this is the gas line boring relocation is going to be underneath the property, so no property signs will be infected. Business will run as usual. This relocation will happen before the construction of the bridge. So there will be plenty of access to the properties, just a minor inconvenience. So this project will cost a little over $1.7 million. That includes design, right-of-way, and construction costs. The construction cost itself is estimated at $1.4 million. The county has received funding from Ohio Public Works Commission in the amount of $400,000. The county has also received permissive tax funds in the amount of $1.3 million. So this will greatly help us cover the cost of the Airway Road Bridge Replacement Project. So design was started sometime last year, January of 2021, and the design has completed in April. With any modifications that need to be made, they'll be made, but for all intents and purposes, the design is complete. And we anticipate starting right-of-way negotiations or appraisals, and our right-of-way person will take care of those things upon approval of the hearing. We anticipate starting advertising and sale of this project in the beginning winter of 2023. We will have construction anticipated in the spring, March, April of 2023. Are there any questions at this time?
Any questions?
Oh, pretty thorough, thank you.
Okay, I move to close the public hearing and
Wait.
determine that the
Wait,
project
wait,
is needed. what
wait,
it
Do we,
is.
is anyone from the public want
Oh,
to speak?
Does anyone from the public
Oh,
want to
I'm
speak?
sorry.
Okay,
Okay,
just want to make sure.
now we can move
Okay,
forward.
now, all right, now I move to close the public hearing and determine that the project is needed and the safety, convenience, and welfare for the traveling public requires the Airway Road Bridge Replacement Project in the city of Riverside, and recognize it is also necessary to facilitate the right of the public to improvement and maintenance of and uninterrupted travel to county roads pursuant to Chapter 5553 of the Ohio Revised Code, and authorize the county engineer to proceed with the right-of-way negotiation.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, hearing is closed. We do have one comment from a citizen. Kelly Kinnett, come forward and state your name and address, and you have 3 minutes to speak.
Kelly Kennett, 2266 Terry Lynn Avenue, Dayton. Good afternoon. I'm not supposed to be here today. I don't speak publicly, and I never thought that I would have to come into a meeting like this to voice a concern. That was until my family became victims of Montgomery County Children's Services. I'm the mother of 5 beautiful children. In June of last year, a Children's Services complaint was opened on my family after I sought help for my anxiety. It is sad that we live in a county where women can't feel safe seeking help. After meeting with my family several times, the caseworker had determined that my children were not at risk and that I was meeting all of their needs. It wasn't until they became aware of my relationship with my fiance and the father of my children that they filed a dependency complaint through the court asking to stay involved with my family. We were confused because my fiance, Willie, had never done anything to the children, or any children for that matter. I'm learning now that Children's Services uses tactics like this to keep fathers out of the home and separate families. In December of 2021, I allowed my children to stay with a family member for a short period of time. Motivated by their Social Security funds, she filed for emergency custody based on a host of false allegations. Despite having proof that what she was saying was untrue, Children's Services recommended to the court that my children remain in her care. From December 2021 until March of 2022, I was told on several occasions that if I were willing to split up my family and have Willie move out of the home, that the children could return home to me. We were not going to allow our family to be torn apart, and we patiently awaited our day in court to prove our case. Tragically, Willie's life got cut short way too soon on March 20th, 2022. Life will never be the same, and our family has been unable to begin the healing process. This is where my Children's Services nightmare should have ended. Remember, they had told me if Willie would just move out of the home, the children could return home to me. I've done everything they have asked and complied fully, yet my children are not with me today. My children are being physically abused, emotionally abused, and their caregiver is under investigation for Social Security fraud and mismanagement of their funds. My caseworker, Ms. Emily Thompson, is under investigation for ethical concerns and obvious bias as it relates to my case. The caseworker and caregiver have refused to follow court orders, which resulted in me not seeing some of my children for up to 4 weeks, despite showing up to every single court-scheduled visit. It is hard to imagine anything much harder than losing your best friend and soulmate. That has been my reality since Willie's passing, but my heart breaks even more for my children to tragically lose a parent and then to be completely isolated from another. The trauma my family is going through can't be described in 3 simple minutes, and I request to speak to each of you after the meeting. I will not stop until my kids are home. I'm asking you to make a phone call, send an email, solve this problem for a member of your community, a voting member of the community that will ensure that my elected officials are held accountable to their allegiance to the people. You can read more about my story and how you can take action by visiting www.operationstopcps.com, and I also have some flyers that I'd like to give to each of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And we do not, thank you, Ms. Coonan.
Ms. Connect, can you connect, Ms. Connect, after the meeting, can you connect with Assistant County Administrator Tom Kelly?
Sure.
He's going to meet with you right after the meeting.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, there are no other citizens' comments, so we'll go to County Administrator.
Thank you, Commissioners. I wanted to mention that our Clerk of Courts, Mike Foley, and our own Commission President, Carolyn Rice, will be leading an informative event tonight at the New Employment Opportunity Center. Mike and Carolyn will be kicking off a series called Connecting with the Community. This first session will cover evictions and expungements. Different offices from around the county will join the clerk and Commissioner Rice for future discussions, which will include passports, traffic tickets, court fees, affordable housing, and even our own ex-offender and reentry information will be covered by Quinn Howard of the Office of Reentry. So tonight, members of the public, please stop by the Montgomery County Employment and Opportunity Center. This is at the West Town on 3rd Street. And the public can learn from both the Clerk of Courts and some history about the West Town facility from our own Carolyn Rice, along with Human Resources. The event is from 6 to 7 tonight at the Employment Opportunity Center, 4303 West 3rd Street in Dayton. No need to register, just show up. Thank you, Commissioners.
Absolutely, and this is the second in a series, actually, so they'll be happening regularly. And we had a great crowd the first time, and as I told everyone there, it was, always our vision that this new, which used to be the Aldi's in West Town Shopping Center, would someday be bring the services closer to the public. And but now we have to spread the word and get people used to knowing that there can be community gatherings there and they can get a lot of information. So glad to be there this evening, and when people have a great experience, they'll spread the word. So we're looking forward to that. Well, it is Pride Month, and we here in Montgomery County are showing appreciation and respect for our lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community by lighting our county administration building in rainbow colors. And Montgomery County believes that love is love, and I think we can all agree that there is certainly not enough love out there in the world right now, so we encourage it. There were a lot of great events over the weekend, and we hope that everyone got to go out and enjoy some of them. And there still are more events to come around the area, so be sure to check it out. And Montgomery County is proud to be a diverse and inclusive workplace. So if anyone out there is looking for a job, please, please, please check us out. We always have employment opportunities at mcohio.org. And also, I wanted to mention, I saw that today is National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. So you're all given permission to go home and have a scoop in honor of National
thank
Ice
you,
Cream
Carolyn.
Day. It's funny, they have a different national every day. but
Donuts
I-
were last Friday.
Yeah, donuts were Friday.
Carrie got
So
that.
today is National Chocolate Ice Cream, so I think I might have to show my respect for that day later on this evening. So that's all I have this week.
I just wanted to say the building looks great, the multicolors on it like that,
Yeah.
the pride colors, and the Art Institute looks especially great,
Yeah.
the way they did theirs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
which they called us to figure out who we use, and so Michael was able to use the same company, but it looks great. So the recognition, I know, is very important.
Thank you, Commissioner. Shout out to our facilities team. They do a fantastic job.
Yeah, great. A new partnership has been formed that is going to help us greatly in our food equity efforts. I know Carolyn and I were there. Matt Keener of Keener Farm has been a strong supporter of the Montgomery County Food Equity Coalition. Thank you, Matt. But now he's taking this to another level by establishing the Keener Charitable Organization, which is a 501c3. Through his nonprofit, Matt is providing locally grown and sustainably produced beef to the food bank. Donations to Matt's nonprofit will be used to purchase cattle from local farmers with the beef processed at a local meat processing plant and donated directly to the food bank and local food pantries. So thank you, Matt, for taking this great step towards food equity and sustainability. And that was just
It's
so great.
wonderful.
I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Where's Matt's farm? Did he mention where it is?
No.
He did not, but, he just talked about how this is win-win-win for
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
because, we talk a lot about mental health. Last month was Mental Health Awareness. And the suicide rates among farmers is tragically high. And this helps to introduce really competition, so it helps local farmers to have another source for their cattle to, and it stays here locally and helps those who are in search of, have food security issues. So it really is a win-win-win. So, and any money that you donate, is my understanding, stays here locally.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry. They do have, it's going around the state, but if it's donated from here, it
Yeah,
stays here.
stays
So
here.
That's great.
It's really creative
Yeah.
and good for all.
It
Yeah.
is. Good.
Yeah, it's
It's a
great.
win-win, like you said.
Yep.
So there's,
Oh.
go ahead.
Was-
Go ahead, go
I
ahead.
just have two other half-hour things to talk about.
There you go. I thought you were done.
I just wanted to give a shout out, Environmental Services. Environmental Services, there he is over there, Matt. You held the appliance amnesty over the weekend.
Yeah.
I understand it was a great turnout. You had 150 customers, brought in what, like over 11 some tons, something like that? That's great.
Wow. There's
Yeah, a lot.
of appliances.
Are you going to have this again sometime in the next 6 months or so?
I think the next scheduled one is in October.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
I think we're probably gonna do it it'd be every 6 months. We
Okay.
would take it away from the summer and do it spring and fall.
Yeah, okay,
Because
good.
summer is our busy time, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, good, okay. And I know that the three of us won't remember this, but Job Center is 25 years old today.
Wow.
Wow.
I remember it.
I know. Now, Tom, did you just want to say a few words about it? Because it's just.
Tom was there.
Tom was there.
Yeah, I actually was.
I know.
So while the Job Center opened 25 years ago, the planning for the Job Center actually started about maybe 28 or so years ago. You know, it was.
I
it-
remember in the 90s. It was
Yeah,
in the
it was
early
one. It was
90s.
one of the projects that I was involved
I was
in
told.
early in my county career, And, you know, this was back at the time when we had to come up with new approaches in Job and Family Services, which back then was Human Services, Department of Human Services, because welfare reform was coming. And we needed to find different approaches to move from more of a cash-based benefit system to a welfare-to-work, opportunity-based system. And at that time, Kenosha, Wisconsin was sort of leading the way in how the welfare-to-work approaches, partnerships took place. And so back then, maybe you remember Fred Smith, who was the CEO of Huffy Corporation.
Great guy.
Well, Fred was one of our leading community volunteers, and, you know, after Fred retired from Huffy, Fred had a whole new career as a volunteer. And Fred was very active in the community. He partnered with John Moore, who you remember retired from Wright Pat. They spent several trips going to Kenosha. They talked to some of the federal leadership. They talked to the folks at the state. And they came up with this new model, which was the one-stop for us, and it was going to be the Job Center. And so back then, Steve Rice was the director of Human Services. And so Don Vermillion was our county administrator. And so we all spent some time looking at what the model looked like, doing some cost-benefit analysis, looking at how we could structure the Job Center and coming up with some alternatives. And so, you know, I was in OMB back at that point. I was a financial consultant. And so I had the opportunity to sort of take the lead on the financial standpoint of how we put the model together. So, at any rate, we pulled partners together from the community, we pulled our leadership together, and we came up with what a Job Center would look like. The Dayton Foundation took the lead in being the financial partner in guaranteeing the funding for the Job Center. They worked with St. Vincent, who then became the property owner on the Job Center. And then we began looking at site alternatives for the Job Center. What's really interesting is the Job Center was almost sited where Riverscape is now.
Oh, wow.
That's where the Sears building used to
Oh,
be.
yeah, right, that's right.
And there was a lot of discussion about using the Sears building for the Job Center site. That didn't pan out, didn't work out, and so then we went to the old Reich's Furniture Warehouse, which is where the Job Center is now. And so over the years, the Job Center has received many national awards. It's received a variety of national and international visitors.
Yeah.
You know, it's been recognized as the largest one-stop location in the country. We've received a variety of delegations, both from in the United States and as well as delegations from international countries to come tour the Job Center, see what it's about, see what its success stories are, and take away their vision of what they could do either in other states or in other countries in developing a one-stop model of their own and how to move people into better work career opportunities. And so we've always been very proud of the work the Job Center has done. We've been very proud of how it's been able to engage our citizens in the community to provide better work opportunities. And so that 25 years has gone very fast. And so we've always tried to adapt the Job Center to what our current needs are, what the current environment is, and how we can truly reach into the community and be a better resource for any and everyone that either needs assistance and recognizing that what Job and Family Services does is not the answer to everyday problems, but it's one of the solutions in how we help people move to a better spot in their lives. And in partnering with the Workforce Division, with Business Services, we put those things together and we try to find a better solution in our community to help people get employment opportunities and that little bit of assistance to make the difference, to help them do better work for their families and for the community. And so it's a proud day when we can look back 25 years and say, the Job Center has survived that time. It's gone through a variety of evolutions, but it's always been something we could look at in the community and say that you know, we've tried to do our best to make sure that a resource is available to help anyone and everyone who needs it at a time or a point in their life when they can look to it and look to the county commission structure as providing those kind of opportunities.
Well, thank you. You know, as we, the three of us, throughout, when we're at conferences throughout the country, you know, we'll hear talk of, we need to combine everything together. It's like, we did that 20-some years ago. But you're right, Tom. I mean, I recall, Judy, I think you were here too, an international company came in and filmed it. And we
Yeah.
walked through and we commented, and I forget where they were from, one of the, like Sweden or something. But
Yeah,
I know
You know-
Japan was there.
yeah, Japan was there. There was a
Yeah.
group from Germany there.
Germany,
Some,
yeah.
the Swedes have been, there've been a variety
I know,
of
and
visitors there.
we're just so proud of it and the work that you guys do. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, and I think even the pandemic has taken it, as you said, evolving. Now we have the mobile units, so you're not even, don't make everyone come here and take advantage of technology and mobility. And we see other organizations, Close It Works is, you know, kind of reinventing themselves to be able to do that as well. So just knocking down barriers to access.
Yeah, I think what's been key is that as you've been county commissioners and we've had county commissioners over that 25 years, it's been great to have the support as staff through your leadership and the county commission structure leadership to help us evolve the job center into what it's needed to be at that point in time.
Right.
So you mentioned, like JFS on the Move is a different kind of an idea. It's how we take what's in the job center and take it into the community
Right.
in different types of ways. How we can pinpoint what specific services are needed, take them into a specific community, a specific agency, adapt to what those citizens need, and then allow them to have a better access point if the access point they need is not specifically at the physical site
Right.
of the job center. So it's always been about give and take and trying to make it a better opportunity.
Meet them where the need is.
Yes. And so, so again, thank you on behalf of all the staff of the Job Center and those people who need the Job Center for your leadership in allowing it to happen and to evolve over all these years.
Well, thank you for giving us a history
Yeah,
lesson for
thanks,
some of us who weren't here
Oh,
back in the beginning as well. I learned that I come and learn something.
Well, you know, when you hang around long enough, you can do that.
Exactly,
you
there
know
you
it,
go.
you know it.
You know, and one other thing about the job center, not everybody there are county employees, right? I mean, we have, it's a true one-stop because other nonprofits and others have
The
come
mall,
there.
kind of the job center
Whether
mall
it's
back
Close at
there.
Work or
Yeah.
others, and that, it truly is a one-stop. So we're
Yeah.
really proud of it. Thank you,
Well,
Tom.
you know what, you have to give a shout out to Commissioner McElwain.
I was
and to
thinking that.
Commissioner Chuck Curran.
Yeah.
They had the vision and they, you know, they believed in it. And
And
Don
then
Vermillion.
Vicky Pegg
Yeah.
supported it.
Yeah,
She
yep,
was there for the opening.
yep, and
Yep.
Donna Moon, yep,
Yes,
late Donna Moon.
thank you.
Thank you. Well, there's another big celebration coming up this month. It's Father's Day. So to all you fathers, we appreciate you. But we also appreciate the work that our team does, Montgomery County team, in joining with Public Health Dayton to really celebrate fathers. We have a fatherhood initiative that really connects fathers with their children, especially the families that the fathers aren't present in the household. And we also push it a lot with our returning citizens. And so on Friday, Father's Day weekend, on Friday the 17th from 6 to 9, we're going to have the Fathers Banquet at Sinclair. We always appreciate going and recognizing our fathers. There will be wonderful speakers. I'm sure Michael Colbert's speaking and Tom's speaking. I don't know who else.
I'll be moving ahead.
Oh, that's right. You
Yes.
won't be speaking.
Yes.
You'll be there, won't you? Uh-oh. Okay, well, the
I've
three
not- I've
non-fathers
not
will be
been-
speaking.
I've not been a part of that conversation, but I guess
And-
we'll find
and
out.
Tyler will be
Okay.
speaking in my stead.
Okay, all right. Well, Tyler's a father, too.
Yes.
The younger person.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna read what was written. There will be wonderful speakers on the importance of fatherhood and a band. A band. That's big. Well, who's the band, Chris? Do you know?
I do not know.
Okay, well, it's a band. We'll be giving away prizes. We'll have a buffet dinner, and this year a fashion show. So I know many of us go to the Close at Work fashion show, and we love seeing our returning citizens in that fashion show. And so Close at Work has told Mike Newsom that they'll help with a fashion show. So there will be a fashion show. I think we did that once before. So I want to thank Clothes at Work, but anyone that's interested, it is a great event, a heartwarming event, to see fathers with their children connecting. Some fathers don't have their children with them, but they come anyway, and we're real happy about that. So if anybody's interested in tickets or sponsoring a table, you can call Mike Newsom at 937-225-4759. And then on Saturday, June 18th, from 11 to 4, we're holding the Celebrate Fatherhood Picnic at Island Metro Park. And that's often, depending on weather, a great event. Island Metro Park is at 101 East Helena Street in Dayton. And we'll have all kinds of resources for dads there, games for the kids, another band, and some free food. So we're encouraging everybody to come out, both events, but the Saturday event is free, and it's just a great time for us to celebrate our wonderful fathers in our county. I'm even going to have my dad here, so both events are for the entire family and not just for dads, so please join us.
Absolutely. All right, I believe that is the end of our business. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All right, we will be adjourned. The next Montgomery County Commission meeting will be held next Tuesday, June 14th at 1:30 p.m.